Hello everyone and welcome back to CT Gamer. Today I have Brawl here. As you can see, I've got Mewtwo, hardest character to unlock. But basically, forget everything I said. Today is a video. I'm going to talk about the weirdest thing you could ever think of. If every single character in not Melee, Smash Bros 64, 64 bits, was an X-Men. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, well, I'm going to click on the video now, he's just going to say, oh, you know, it's Wolverine, Cyclops, Magneto, who should be in it? No! Whatever I put on screen, that's what the roster's going to look like. Because it's going to be based off their moveset, completely based off their moveset, not based off how popular the characters are, either way, Nintendo or X-Men. It's not based off anything like that. It's completely based off all their moves. So that's what everyone I have written down is about. So it's not as you think, but it makes sense if it was an actual game. So I'm gonna get into Melee, start playing. So if I'm not showing pictures, or I just need something to do in the background, I would play this. Just you didn't see that? Okay, so first we'll start off, not really the first character of the game, it could be the last that you get, but I'm going to start off with Luigi because it's the first character in the roster, technically. Luigi, this might sound really weird, but Luigi is someone named Polaris. Okay, I know who this is, I'm just saying someone named because I'm guessing a lot of people out there don't know who that is. But basically, it would just be basically the same because Polaris is just like a green magic person kind of thing. That's really all she is. So they wouldn't really need to change anything. The fireball's the same. Obviously that was a little bit glitchy. Obviously for the special attacks and some of the smash attacks, you would have to change the effects of like either the air or like the fire to green, but that you don't, not many changes there. Now second character in the roster, Mario, obviously. Now another one where you really wouldn't have to change that much is Pyro. Because Pyro would just be exactly the same as Mario, exactly the same as Enchantress. You just change some of the effects. You keep the fireball and you change some of the effects to like fire instead of air. That's all I have to say. You might change it. Okay, stop glitching. If you actually made this, I don't think you would actually make this though. Okay, next we have who's next? Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is next. It didn't win. Donkey Kong is next in the roster. I'm probably showing the roster on the screen if you've never played the game. But he will be Juggernaut. Now you're probably thinking, why isn't he Colossus? Well, it's because Juggernaut would make more sense. I don't really think you would have to change anything here either. It's just the exact same as Donkey Kong. He's got the charge punch. Like he would be like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 kind of thing. You wouldn't have to change anything, I don't believe, unless there's some weird, I don't know, like a taunt that was based off the monkey, but I don't really care about taunts. And everything would stay the same. So that's it for that. Next is Link. Now this one, there's not many Sword Fighter X-Men. I mean, there was a whole thing about Sword Fighter X-Men, but they were just X-Men with their own types of swords. So for Link, weirdly, it's Deadpool. Now you're probably confused. But basically, since he has a sword, Deadpool would have a sword, obviously. Okay, and then, like, all his sword attacks would be the same. And then the bomb could just be the same, like, he does a wacky motion where he, like, crashes down and picks up a bomb and stuff, which I think would be pretty cool. And then for his final attack where he throws the boomerang, I don't know what it could be. He could just throw a boomerang like he's random. He could just throw something else. He could break the fourth wall with some kind of something else. I don't know, but I think everything would mostly stay the same for him as well. So it's basically just changing the character designs. Next on the list is Samus. Now, Samus, this is weird, but it has to be Cyclops. Now, you might be a little confused, obviously, like probably every single other character, but it just makes sense. Instead of having the arm charge for Samus, we would have his eyes charge up with a giant orb, and then he shoots it out. And then for Samus's grab, I don't even know what you do, but like, I'm not talking about grabs or taunts in this video, I'm just talking about moveset, mostly just special moves as well. And then the bomb attack, where Samus crouches down with the bombs, because the recovery jump, the up B, could mostly be the same. You might just do like without the electric, or you might have like a laser shooting around him when he's doing it. I don't know, but for the bomb thing, I have no idea. It's probably gonna have to be something like he jumps up, does a roll, and then shoots like a laser down or something. Maybe he does just drop a bomb, like an X bomb. I don't know. But next on the list is Captain Falcon. Now, with Captain Falcon, stop glitching. With Captain Falcon, you wouldn't have to change anything. Phoenix. Okay, next one. So the next on the list is Ness. I'm just gonna say Captain Falcon, you wouldn't have to change anything. Like, the reason I made this video is because Captain Falcon, if you put Ness, what am I talking about? If you put Phoenix over Captain Falcon, it would just be so natural, and like it would be like an X-Men fighting game. Okay, next is Ness. Now this one is a little strange. Obviously, every character is strange, but this is still not the strangest one. This one is Jubilee. Now, if you don't know who Jubilee is a character that uses like pink orbs, pink magic, and you might be thinking, well, what are you gonna do for this one? Well, there's probably another character out there where you're thinking like, there's like an elemental character, like they have lightning and fire, and they have, they have everything Ness has and like a yo-yo. But, Jubilee looks like a teenager, kind of like skateboard rider, so I can imagine her having a yo-yo, and also all Ness's attack with his elements, like his fire, would be like a purple shield thing, and it would like burst up into other purple things, and then his up thing, she would shoot like a purple laser out that she could hit herself with, and other enemies, other players, I guess, and she'd shoot it out, and if she hit herself, she would launch forward. And then for the bottom one, which makes the most sense, it would just be a shield, because that's like Jubilee's power, mostly making like purple bubbles, pink bubbles. So it would just be like a shield, like she just puts the bubble around her, and then the lightning inside the shield, like the little zap thing, I don't think that was in 64, but if it was, I don't know, get rid of it, make it like a spot where it hits people. Next on the list is Yoshi. Now this would be the one that you have to edit the most, because there's no one in Smash Bros. Or X-Men, I meant to say, that sticks out a tongue, throws people into eggs, and also like jumps up and hammers down onto the ground. So this one, just because of the tongue, is gonna have to be... Oh, I need to shoot the credits. But this one needs to be Toad. Now, if you don't know who Toad is, they're up on screen, so it doesn't really matter. But Toad is, he's like a toad, basically. He has a super leap, a really long tongue, and stuff. So basically, for the tongue thing, it would stay the same. And for the egg thing, I have no idea. for the drop thing, he could just like launch himself up and drop down, just the same. For Yoshi's weird second jump where he like flies up, I don't know. I really don't know. If you have a better suggestion, well then it makes a lot of sense. Or maybe you just don't because you know you only know the basic X-Men from the movies and stuff. But or you just know somewhere and then you like should pick them. But I don't know. It was just because of the tongue that he has. Next on the list is Kirby. Now, there's no one in X-Men that is like Kirby either. So these were the two that I really had trouble with. But in the end, I made Kirby someone named Darwin, who basically, whatever he touches, he turns into. So, and he's also, in the comics, he's always like turned into metal, like most of the time. But basically, or like gallium or something. But basically, thanks for the trophy. Basically, he would change, obviously when Kirby drops down, he'd turn into like a stone and drop down. I just smacked myself. When Kirby does the sword thing, he could turn into something else. I have no idea. Maybe he just turns into like a water thing and it shoots out the water. Because it does look like water when Kirby does the up jump and launch thing. And when he flies, he could turn into air or something. Maybe he could just multiple jump with like a wave, I don't know, or fire or something. But and then for the sucking ability, he could use this like gallium body, and he would just be like this gallium tornado that would come out of him, and like suck you in. Where's Kirby? Here. I'll be Kirby. And it would suck you in, and then it would steal your power, like you would go inside him and steal your power, like that. That would be pretty cool. Now for Fox, this is one of the first normal characters. I mean, one of the first normal villains, I guess, because I've already said like Cyclops and stuff. But Magneto would be Fox. Now that might be the weirdest thing you've ever heard, but it doesn't matter because basically. For the gun, it would, instead of having the gun, it would be like his hand and it would shoot out the laser. Instead of having the upward jump being fire, it could be like a purple circle around him and he launches up. And he wouldn't go, yeah! like Fox, but he would have the same, I guess, up jump because he is him. He would be him if he got replaced. That didn't make any sense, but if you understand, thanks. I mean, I don't even know anymore. But, and then for his bottom thing, where he does the reflector, he could just be the same, but purple, obviously. That was so laggy, man. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Okay, but, basically, yeah, the bottom thing would just be the same but purple, or you just change it to be like a force field or whatever. Okay, this is the last two characters. Getting pretty exciting, huh? Pikachu? Okay, there's no one really in X-Men that is completely thunder, and you might be thinking, well, there's Storm. But in the future, if this becomes like, I don't know, my most popular video, I might just make go straight to Ultimate and have every single character in Ultimate as an X-Men. So obviously you'll see more wacky characters and more normal characters that you see in like the movies and stuff. But you know, it's X-Men. If you don't know who X-Men is, I think he used to be like, I guess, the leader of the X-Men, or like the main character, because he was the X-Man. You know, I don't really know. I haven't read the X-Men comics. Obviously. But I think his power is like electric. I searched him up and like all the images of him were just electric. Like he had electric coming out of him. So all the moves would practically just be the same. For the last character, Jigglypuff. Yay, we're at the last one. Already? Okay, it would be, wait for it. It would be Dazzler, because that's the only kind of you know, the only kind of singing character I could think of. But basically, it would just kind of be the same. For the flying, she could do like spins, like air cartwheels kind of thing, like spins like across her arms, like cross her legs, and she'd spin around in air. Or it could be like rolls, and she'd just keep jumping. Then for the singing, she could just like do poses. Like it would just be the same except as Dazzler. And then I don't know if she would make people fall asleep. I don't know if she would dazzle people. If that makes sense. But you know, it would kind of just be the same. For the part where Jigglypuff falls asleep, doesn't really make sense. But it would just be like she could strike a pose or something. And she keeps in that pose. You know what I mean? You probably don't, but she strikes a pose and she keeps in that pose. And then I lost all the trophies. But she strikes a pose, she keeps in that pose, and then she gets out of it after a while. Like Jigglypuff's sleeping, and if she hits anyone with it, then they go flying off. It's just like an epic pose. And that is it for this video. It's already over. And remember what I said. If this video becomes my most popular video on my channel, maybe in like next year or something, you'll see a video, this video, but on Ultimate. And if not, maybe in the future I'll just start doing like Melee, and I'll just slowly go through the characters if like I just really want to. But remember, subscribe, like, stay up to date, and I'll see you if you click on another video, if you see the next video. But I'll see you next time. Bye!